I've heard that in certain like sex work industries, specifically porn, that like the suicide rates are really, really high for the women, and they have lots of, I guess, higher rates of mental health issues. Like, what do you think causes that?
Honestly, I would not be surprised if the suicide rate is also high for the men. But
Yeah.
I understand why it's gendered, because the women do get
They're
discriminated against by police more. And,
Isn't it because they're the stars? Like nobody watches porn to see the guy's dick. It's like I'm
well,
watching Layla London. Like I'm not watching the guy. So I guess
unless
they
you're
get.
watching gay porn,
Oh shit, that is true. I'm guessing
that
there's
is true.
some
And
great
so
gay porn
it's
stars.
honestly, it could be a plethora of things because I think one of the most eye-opening parts, because I've come out to several relatives, like my aunt on my dad's side, and one of the go-to reactions is, well, don't get addicted to anything, or doesn't it suck that you get sexualized so much? And I'm like, there is sexual objectification, but then there's non-sexual objectification. And I would argue that families of sex workers tend to do a lot of objectifying of the sex worker member of their family. Like, yes, I can understand why the sexualization may hurt, but in my personal opinion, I think the non-sexual objectification hurts even more because I don't like being a monolith. I don't want to be one-dimensional. I am a lot of things and I want to be seen for those many like layered compounding things. And I would assume the suicide rate is high is because a lot of people think, well, if you're a porn star, that's all that you are, and porn star equals bad. And I I I would like to imagine a world where the law is on sex workers' side, but then also the average person is compassionate towards sex workers.
So you think if we didn't objectify porn stars and sex workers so much, we could literally save lives?
Yes, because with other professions, we can understand, yeah, this person who's slaving away at an oil rig in Alaska may not support polluting the atmosphere, but we can like kind of understand why they would spend, months away from their family at a time to do very backbreaking labor. It's not because they love polluting the atmosphere. It's probably because they're like the only source of money for their family, or they're the breadwinner for their family, and so they have to do the job so that their spouse, their children, their parents, grandparents, siblings, whomever, have food on the table.
Of course, yes. And whenever like the rubber meets the road, if you're out of work for let's just say 6 months or whatever, you have no more savings and you have kids or family members or yourself who needs to eat, man, let's just be honest, we would all almost do anything, right? We have to eat, we
Mhm.
have to survive. And so yeah, I don't think we should objectify these people. And I think the oil worker was a great example too. It's like, listen, we do stuff to put money on the table, and it is what it is, right? I am not my work.
I want this to be talked about more. And thing is about sex workers, I've observed, is that we will go to the ends of the earth for exploited people who aren't sex workers, but non-sex workers won't go to the ends of the earth for sex workers,
Yeah.
even though we're all experiencing exploitation.